Pablo Picasso was born on the 25th of October 1881 in Spain. Yes? He was named after people in his family and other special people. Can you think of anybody else that would be named after somebody really special? We've got some of the royals at the moment. What do we know about his early life though? Do we know anything about Picasso? Let's see. Picasso's mum said his first word was pis, short for lapis, the Spanish word for pencil. Ooh. Picasso went to a special art school, and Picasso's father was also a painter who was very good at painting birds. In 1904, Picasso permanently settled in Paris, which you'll be learning about this week. So, what did he look at? He looked at portraits, he looked at your face. Yeah, what did he see? Now, several times in his life, he would change the style in which he painted. He could be happy and colours, and he could be very, very sad and blue and lonely. So today we're looking at several features that you may notice on your face. So let's look at what we did with Cubism. Picasso developed a new style of art that was called Cubism. Cubism is a style of art which uses cubes, you'd never have guessed, and other 3D shapes to create a whole picture. Here are some examples. Now let's have a look. Remember, we don't always have to like art, but we have to say why. Do we like it? Do we not like it? But why? Okay, so we've got 3 different pieces of art. Now the Weeping Woman is what I'm going to look at today, 1937. Look at the colours. What are the colours like? Let's think of our words in art. Are they bold? Are they bright? Even though it says Weeping Woman, it is quite bright in that picture. But you can see the way they're not round, they're starting to be very cube. Okay, let's have a look at some more. Oh, he did very different ones. During different times of his life, Picasso's paintings looked different. Yeah? Sometimes he painted one known a blue period when he was sad and when he was lonely. So he reflected his emotions in the colours. Now we've seen that before when we've looked at pointillism, whether it's been bright, whether it's been exciting, or whether it's been a downtime when he did some work in black and white. So when we're comparing our artists from Chirac to Picasso, times in his life affected the colours in which he used. Okay, so we've got a different one showing Cubism again, but in black and white this time. There's a lot going on in this picture. Just take a few seconds. What's your favourite bit about this picture? Why? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Most importantly though, why? Explain yourself. As well as painting, he also did sculpture. Yeah, and you can see some of his cubism in his sculpture. He wrote poetry and he worked with pottery. So he liked to have a go at everything. Let's find out some other facts. Picasso married twice in his life. Yeah, his first wife was a Russian ballet dancer. Okay? They were married until she died in 1955. Okay, and Picasso had 4 children. Right, we are just going to look at our words now and reflect on what language we have used today. And then we'll go on to talk a little bit more about Cubism. Okay, so now to the reflection part of our art lesson. We've looked a little bit about portraits and Picasso, and now we're going to reflect about our wow words. What do we know? So, Pablo Picasso, he did like to draw portraits, and he did enjoy doing very colourful ones until he got into his blue period. He would focus on the features, on the eyes, on the nose, on the mouth, on their ears. When he went into doing Cubism, he would look at the form of it. He would start to put them into cube shapes and elongate them. Shape. He liked the cube shape at that period of his artwork. He liked to make it more square, more lines. Medium. He did like to paint portraits, but he also liked to do sculpture. So he used different types of medium. and proportion. That's what we're going to look at today, that buzzword, proportion. Now, usually when we've done it before and we've been looking at the perspective of where your eyes are, where your nose or where your mouth is, we're going to have fun with it today with Picasso, and we're going to make marvellous and exciting art. So let's get going. Let's see what we could have in the cupboard at home. Right, just before we get all our activities out, let's have a quick look and recap what Cubism looks like. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to experiment with Cubism portraits using stuff we can find at home. What do we know if we know it? So, success criteria, to use bold, there's that wow word, bold, block colours, to show experimentation of proportion, that other wow word, proportion, and form, and to express an emotion through a Cubist portrait. So this is where you can really go to town now. You can have a sad one, a happy one, an absolutely excitable one, whatever you want to. Okay, so having a quick look at portraits. As you can see, Pablo's is very different to the usual way of doing portraits, which made him exciting artist. You just click through these. Okay, changing faces. He was having a look and he started to change the proportion of the eyes, the proportion of the ears. He started to move the face so it didn't look in the centre of the picture. He started to mess about and experiment, and as you know in art, that's what we like to do. It's not about what it looks like at the end, it's about the experimentation. So what makes a good Cubism portrait? Let's see. What things do we need in our ingredients for art? Bold colours, bold, bright colours for this one. If you would like to do a sad one, you could use the opposite of bold, bright colours. You could use your blues, your blacks, your dark greens, but your bold colours, red, yellow, orange. Block colour. He didn't do simple stripes or simple dots like we have done before. He does blocks of colour. Bold black lines. Now, usually in art, and you all know in my class, I'll be like, don't use the black marker. This is the time you can get the black marker out and have fun. Do some bold black lines. Different proportion. We can have an eye that's this big. We can have an eye that's that big. We can have an eye that's the wrong way round. This is a time to experiment and have fun. Strange placement. Does your nose have to be here? Could your nose be there? Could your nose be there? Could you have your ears here? Who knows? Strong shapes. Strong shapes. Make them thick enough to know what they are. Do they look like an ear? Do they look like an eye? And show emotion. That's the hardest one. This is what we're going to practice today, to show emotion through your drawing and through your sculpture. It's very hard to do that. So just have a go, and remember, we're not focusing on the end product. It's about having a go. So what's our key terms? Looking at our vocab again. Cubism, portrait, bold and bright, form and shape, design, and that wow word, proportion. So, let's have a bit of fun. What can we make? What have we got in the cupboards? Let's go. Right, today we're going to look at making our own Cubism portrait. So, things you may need that you will have in the house. Cardboard, because I'm sure a lot of you might have been on eBay and got things delivered. We could have some string. We could have some CDs in the house that nobody really listens to anymore because they're really, really naff or scratched. We could have some boats from any play equipment that you've got lying about. Lollipop sticks, they can be new ones or they can be used. Just give them a bit of a scrub. Butter tubs. Everybody's got a bit of butter or something in the fridge. Once it's finished, wash it out, keep hold of it. Jar. We've had beetroot this week with our scouse. So you could have a jar that's in the house because you're looking for the best part of it really, the lid. If you had any mousse or any mini yogurts, you could use those containers. And my special one, which I'm sure you could eat afterwards, makes it more fun, is you could use spaghetti. or you could use biscuits. All fun things you already have in the house, so you don't have to go searching. The only other thing you may use is paint, and if you don't have paint, you know what I'm like when I put things down. If you don't have paint, you can make it. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, which most people have in the cupboard. If not, we could get it. 4 tablespoons of water comes out the tap, and any food colouring, and that will make you some paint up. So even if you don't have any paint or any colouring equipment, you could easily make your own poster paint. Let's get started. We're going to do our portrait. Now, I've pinched this box from my haul, so it's quite a big box, but you can have any shape you want. So you just roughly cut out a face, and it doesn't have to be very oval, it doesn't have to be so particular. Remember, we're going to experiment, so this is my face. What will I have on a face? Let's think. Eyes. What could I use for eyes? Now, I did just cut some cardboard, and like we said, proportion doesn't have to be the same. So I've got a big eye and a small eye, and I'm going to place one on there and one down there, just to put them wherever I want to. What could I use for eyeballs though? Let's see. Tell you what, where the biscuits come in. Today I'm going to have 2 custard creams for my eyeballs. So we could put them up. Well, what could we use different though if we haven't got cardboard? I know. Go in the cupboard and get those Take That CDs out that no one listens to anymore. And we can choose a different option with CDs. So CDs and biscuits for the eyes. What else do we need in our face? Oh, I know what we need. We need a nose. Well, I'm going to use some lollipop sticks for my nose. We could make different ones. We could even use them for the eyebrows. Angry face. We could make a confused face. There's all different things. We could make a I don't want to wash the dishes face. All different types of eyebrows that we can use. What else could we use for a nose? Let me have a look in my cupboard. What else could we use for a nose? We could use string. And we could make a very, very, very wobbly nose. Okay, so you can mess about with the shape of your nose. So you could use some string. Oh, what else do I need? I think I need a mouth. So once again, you can get some cardboard. You can have a happy mouth, a cheeky mouth, depending what you want with the cardboard. Ooh, let's see, what else? Some nice cheeks. Now, today I've got tissue paper, but you can use cardboard. So they're my nice rosy cheeks today. If you wanted to, your cheeks could be made out of cardboard. That's no problem. Or, do you remember I said the lids? They could be made out of lids or cardboard. Different options, whatever you've got in the house. Remember, though, please ask an adult first. Don't just take the lids off everything. You can use tins. To make our cheeky cheeks. Now, what do I need? I know, ears. And this is where these come in. We're going to have our cheeky ears. Or you could have them that way. It's up to you. That might look a bit better for me. Cheeky ears made out of your brothers and sisters or anybody that lives with you. They're toys. Now I think it's missing a bit of hair. Now, if I was at home now, I would be cooking my spaghetti because we were doing Italy last week, getting my spaghetti ready and then going wild. You could put food colouring into your spaghetti to have different colour hair and go wild with the hair. I've been a little bit boring. I've gone for cardboard hair this time, so let's have a look. Ooh, let's see, I'll go a bit spiky. And a little bit And as you can tell, I've not brushed my hair this morning because it's a little bit crazy. And there you go. There's my Picasso. Now, after you've done that, if you want to have a little bit more fun, I've got an exciting additional activity which won't take very long at all, okay? Which involves a dice and involves all your equipment again. So let's have a quick look. Let's go. Right, now is your little challenge activity because you might have finished that and eager to try something else. Let's have a bit of fun with Picasso and cross-curricular with maths. So you'll need your dice. And what we're going to do is number 1 is going to be an ear. Number 2 is going to be an eye. Number 3 is going to be, let's see, a piece of hair. Number 4 is going to be a mouth. Number 5 is going to be a cheek. And number 6, let's see, nose. Okay, I know it doesn't matter, having a bit of fun, how many you have. So let's have a look. We're going to roll the dice. Number 2. So now you would go and get an eye and you would put it on your picture. And then we would roll the dice again. So let's have a go. So it's now got an eye on it. Number 3, a piece of hair. So then you would put your eye and a piece of hair on. And I will show you in this demonstration. So as you can see, we've put an eye on, made out of lids, and we've put a piece of hair. Continue to roll your dice and use up what you've got. It may have 4 eyes, it may have 3 eyes, it may have 2 lots of lips, it may have lots of hair. Have fun with your creation, but remember, if you're able to, take a photograph and send it to our webpage. Send it to our email and we will put it on our webpage because we love to celebrate people's creations. So get creative, let's see where we go. Once you've finished, go on my little challenge at the end and let's see what we've learned today. Right, now to our last bit of the plenary. What have we learned today? What do we know? Right, so where was Pablo Picasso from? Can you remember? The answer was Spain. Da, 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 da. Question 2. What job did his dad do? Let's think. That's right, he was a painter. Question 3, last one. What form have you been learning about today? So when we've been doing all our lovely experimentation, what have you been learning about today? What style? That's it, you've got it, Cubism. Look forward to tidying everything away for everybody at home and look forward to your next lesson. Enjoy!